Oh, I was on my phone. Very professional. Oh, hi. It must be every Tuesday in Delaware County. I forgot we're a weekly show now, man. Double the contract, double the fun, double the Delco. We've got a nice little. We've got no interviews tonight. We're actually just going to go over
free balling it.
10 great stories that the county has given us in the last 7 to 14 days. And we're going to discuss them, and we're going to look at them from a Delco point of view. Al, we have sponsors. Do we want to do that now, or we want to jump?
We have sponsors. Yeah, let's just jump in a little real quick. We got David R. Cherry at the Cherry Injury Firm.
Cherry.
CherryInjuryLaw.com. Workers' comp, motor vehicle, personal injury, criminal law. 610-565-0300. The number again is 610-565-0300. Or go to CherryInjuryLaw.com.
An ankle monitor never looked better.
Nope. Cherry Injury Law. Make sure he gets that off for you. And speaking of getting off, best way to get off is a little Fat Cow Jerky. Try and check out fatcowjerky.com, Facebook, Instagram, everything you need. They got new flavors coming out all the time. They even have special cuts for your favorite canine friend. Go to fatcowjerky.com.
You can eat a dog?
Huh?
You can eat a dog?
No, they have treats for your favorite canine friend.
I thought it was
not
treats.
of
I thought
your favorite canine friend.
Yeah, I thought it was dogs, treats of dogs.
You don't know me. I'd eat a dog.
I know you, and we all believe that. I don't think anybody in this room would deny that fact. And don't forget the most Delco bar, Dolan's Bar, 24 East Sellers Avenue, right in Ridley Park. I used to say right here in Ridley Park, but right in Ridley Park. You never know what you're going to get there. Great place to watch sports, hang out, listen to music. Never know what famous person's going to pop in. And if you're missing a little Wolf Superior sandwiches, the place right now where you can get it is Dolan's Bar. So check it out and tell PJ that Delco Live sent you.
Oh, all right. So let's just dive into it. So the first story, Alan, Chesterman.
Alan,
yeah,
I must be in trouble.
Chesterman arrested after playing Spider-Man. This is from the Delco Times. A city man allegedly jumped from rooftop to rooftop in an effort to elude police and U.S. Marshals serving a search warrant earlier this month. Law enforcement attempted to serve a warrant on Dennis Pierce for the 300 block of West 9th Street about 6:15 a.m. on September 7th. According to the release from the Chester Police Department, Pierce is wanted on multiple arrests involving weapons violations. Did you just see the picture?
That's how I look like a Spider-Man.
When officers knocked on the door,
No, you wouldn't. You would love to look like that.
I would ask, dude, that's the greatest picture I've ever seen.
I was going to say, this is what Prophet strives to look like.
I typed in urban Spider-Man thinking there'd be like a dude jumping from house to house.
You ever seen Spider-Cuz?
No.
There's a black dude up in New York with a huge following on social media. Spider-Cuz. He wears a blue bandana and a Yankees hat and Tim's and just fucking fucks with people all day long.
I love it. Is that a 24-ounce man can or is that a burrito?
That's what I was just about to ask. Is that a burrito or a big can of beer? I literally was about to ask.
What if it was just a tortilla wrapped around the can so he doesn't get the public drunkenness?
That's why you carry the 40 in a bag. Yeah. Pierce allegedly went to a third floor window of the next house over, jumped house to house, and was found by a canine police canine on the first floor hiding from police. I was gonna post this and make a fucking joke about it, about like come on our show, but he was found with a shotgun, 2 handguns, heroin, cocaine, methamphetamines, marijuana, and very strong paraphernalias, and is associated with drug dealing, according to the release.
So he did this all dressed as Spider-Man.
Have you ever been on meth and heroin at the same time?
This week?
Yeah,
Lately.
because I know because my dealer's in fucking jail for Spider-Maning.
But like seriously, like can we paint this picture real quick? So is this guy literally jumping around in the Spider-Man outfit, toting guns?
No, he was
not in
like
the Spider-Man.
Oh, so he's trying.
Wow.
See, that's a misleading. The line said
it's called clickbait.
I get it. We're in that world, but
And shockingly, Delco Times spelled all of the words correctly.
That is the first. Riftly.
Riftly.
But my point is so it literally was just a guy jumping around.
Yeah, like House of Pain said. No, he was going from like roof to roof to roof to
With
roof.
all that shit on him, or was there when they found him?
I think it was just in the house that
Okay,
they
well,
originally
that-
were in.
Sounds like it'd make it a lot easier to jump.
There's getaway.
But I honestly I think I'm a little bit more mad at the Delco Times than I am at this guy for doing what he did, because I'm imagining that picture that you had up earlier
And then he just doesn't take it
You're
off.
madder at the newspaper
for
It's misleading.
writing an
misleading
article
me.
than the
For
guy
misleading me.
selling heroin
Yes,
and guns.
yes.
Okay.
Like at least if this guy was caught with guns and heroin, I'd be like, all right, you're a douche, Chester Spider-Man.
I love how we're treating it like that is actually.
Yeah, I know. This isn't him though, guys. By the way,
I just noticed the fedora. That's fedorable.
yeah.
That's Cholo Spider-Man.
And the fucking like duct tape shorts.
Ole!
Is it,
It
I
looks
was
like
gonna
a
say,
trash
those are like
bag.
those solar clothes that people wear to
Yeah.
sweat.
Yeah, that's a sauna. Those are sauna suit pants.
Sauna
Or
shorts.
they're fucking space pants.
Space Pan.
But my point is, I am very upset with the Delco Times for at least if he had a
You could have ended it right there. I'm very upset with the
yeah,
Delco
but I'm saying
Times.
at least if he was wearing a Spider-Man shirt or I'll give him a Spider-Man hat, something. Just because the guy, there's a lot of people who jump from rooftop to rooftop. It's not Spider-Man.
Well, there's like other.
Is
fucking,
there- how many people are there?
Yes.
yeah, I feel like
I mean, he could have been
Is that a thing?
he could have been the Chester Batman. He could have been
Ow.
he could have been
I see.
the Chester
Alright.
Tick. I mean, there's a lot of guys who jump.
I forget there were
Why don't you
actually
just make
people
him
jumping.
Darkwing Duck at the same time?
But that's my point. All these guys, these superheroes are known from jumping from rooftop to
Okay.
rooftop. The Chester Daredevil, anything could have fit into that one. At least if
well, if
he
he
was
was blind, I'm all right, cool.
like, because
That's
I
good.
read that article and,
It's Daredevil then.
and I have to say, Holbrook, I'm going to give you a lot of credit because this was your comment. You said, it was Dan Wolf. Actually, Dan Wolf said it. The comment said, "This is the greatest headline I've ever read,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to read the story to ruin it."
Yeah.
And he was absolutely right.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
ruined it
Yep.
by reading what they ruined by the story. The actual story itself is horrible and just not compelling at all. It's
Lesson
terrible,
learned.
but at least if the guy was wearing a Spider-Man pair of sneakers, give me something.
Socks.
It's like, man, he's wearing Spider-Man tidy whities.
Got
I would
Spidey
have
underneath.
taken it. Like anything. Like, why?
It'd be like man dressed as Pikachu saves cats from burning building, goes home to molest kids.
Yeah, it's like terrible. But no, I'm just saying, like, it's very misleading. It's very clickbait, as
Saves
Prop
cats and
said.
molest cats.
But he saves the cats and he molests the cats.
Yeah.
He calls it a pussy
We
party.
call it double jeopardy.
Yeah.
No.
Pussy night one with the other meow.
It's only a misdemeanor if I help them first.
Let's see them testify
I only
against
go-
me.
I only
Me
go to,
fucking hell.
I only go to half a hell. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems sloppy to me.
Your biggest complaint is with the newspaper.
I'm not like trying to be a dick. I'm just saying it's
Of all
true.
things
Like,
you could have called sloppy, especially
pretty-
in this room.
I'm
dude.
pretty- I'm pretty sure our next guest is actually going to be from the Delco Times.
oh, okay. Well, sorry,
I hope
but
she didn't write this article.
well, my point is
It's circling the fan.
there should have been more of Spider-Man to make him Spider-Man. I literally thought when I read that was some
Are you
guy-
saying it's not Spider-Man? Because never mind. I don't know what's really there.
Yeah, I'm saying he's not Spider-Man because nothing leads me to believe he's Spider-Man.
Well, there's Miles Morales.
No, that's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm saying the outfit. You have to have
Alright.
something that makes him Spider-Man. If he was swinging on a rope,
It's not when
I would have taken
not
that.
swinging.
Something. Give me something. Just because a guy decided to go in a row home area on rooftop to rooftop isn't really
Well,
genius.
fucking, if they would have said Chester Steven Seagal got arrested with all this shit, everyone would be like, good, fuck him.
Chester, I don't know. It just I feel like it's sloppy. They could have went better. They were trying to get the kids involved.
I think it's wanted by federal agents for selling heroin and guns to kids. And Al's just like, the real problem is the fucking editor for letting this article get out.
No, I like that headline.
They used the wrong superhero.
Yeah.
Something used the wrong.
They should have
superhero.
used the tick.
They should have just said criminal jumping from rooftop to rooftop.
That's not as impressive.
Can we make a Delco superhero called the Crick?
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh.
What was the tick's powers in the first
He
one?
was super strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this
this
one
one's
has-
super polluted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one's super strong-willed, but chooses to do heroin anyway.
Yeah.
Radioactive.
Has all the will, but not the
Yeah.
power.
His
Right.
superpowers,
Right.
his superpower, Suboxone is sober to him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the superpower is he's repelled from schools 200 feet because of charges.
I just find it weird that I'm the only one upset that the guy didn't at least have some sort of Spider-Man paraphernalia on him.
It's fine, Al.
Even a Spider-Man tattoo would have maybe let it. I would have let it slide.
Okay. So the next one I probably should have proofread because it did get taken down from the page it was in.
Oh.
But I remember reading it. It was fucking golden. This is what we call this one Raging in Ridley. This is Road Worker Rage. This is from Neighbors of Ridley Park, which, by the way, thank you, Ridley Park. I don't know if it was the lack of the bridge or the fact that we moved there or what, but your community pages are on par with Clifton Heights now. It's just ridiculous. We're not going to say who wrote this, but
can I ask you a question before you start it?
What?
Between them and Clifton, how many comments till it gets racist? Because this one, there was one the other day from the Ridley page where the first comments like, "Oh, cool." Usually Clifton lets you warm up a little bit.
Clifton's usually about the 5th to the 8th. Ridley, someone got really racist on our page recently.
Yeah,
for no fucking purpose.
That one was way out of the left field, big time.
Yeah,
not that it's ever in the right field, but it was. This one was like there was no.
The just shut down.
Just like
what they said is just like, okay, dude, who hurt you?
Just like the whole Spider-Man connection I just made there, like there was no reason for that to even come close to being a racist statement.
He's stimming.
Okay, this is what they wrote, and I'm glad I screenshotted it. Just a heads up, on Baltimore Pike by 5 Below, a construction worker kicked my car as I was driving by. When I pulled over to get his name, this other construction worker walked over to me, cursing me out, holding this threatening to beat the shit out of me. He was holding a wrench.
Yes.
When I called Springfield Police Department, they couldn't give two shits. So fuck Springfield Police Department, fuck this construction crew, and fuck Delaware County for becoming an uninhabitable cesspool. Just be careful because apparently the police do not care about law-abiding citizens anymore. And these unions apparently hire violent criminals.
Have you ever watched any movie about Italians and unions? I'm just saying.
Dude.
I'm just saying. Like,
I love the pure rage comments that get.
Well, I just love how everything goes back to I hate Delaware County. Just because of one road worker. It was Carrie's fault. Carrie, it's all your fault.
Flagger Force out of Wilmington, Delaware is responsible for what happens here.
I can't say this without it getting flagged, but I wouldn't mind if more. No, I can't. That's a threat. I hate Flagger Force more than ISIS at this point of this.
Jesus.
They are such. Everything in this county sucks with construction right now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, you can't go down you couldn't go down any road right now.
I want to just take those lawn mowing goats and shit on them because someone in Upper Darby needs to fucking get tarred and feathered for the fact that they allowed on State Road between Drexel Line and fucking Vermont. There's like 8 construction projects.
It's like a mile and a half, isn't it?
It's basically just like go through Flagger Force. How the fuck does Flagger Force fuck up? You should be able to get out of your car and ask where you went to grade school so that they can get docked tax dollars for allowing a fucking dipshit to get out. You literally have a sign that says stop and slow, and you communicate with another dipshit with a sign that says stop and slow, and they're the same color and different sizes, different shapes and shit that toddlers learn. And you go, is there a car there? No? Okay, let's turn it then. Guys, we're going to turn it, right? How the fuck do you fuck it up? It's happened to me 3 times this year. And granted, I do see a lot, but it's just like, how? How does it happen once?
They have walkie-talkies too, so they're in communication.
That's too many buttons for them to fucking press.
Keep communication.
So I have a problem with Flagger Force. Anyway,
you can't do your job if you're not paying.
If they were dressed like Spider-Man, you'd be okay with that headline.
Yes.
Yes.
They might as well be dressed like putties because sometimes I want to get out there and start kicking them in the fucking bad crotch.
They're weird crotches.
Putties.
They have. Don't get me started on that, please.
I went and looked up. I went on you know how like every show has like a wiki nowadays.
Yeah.
I went on the Power Rangers and looked up putties the other day, and boy, there's all sorts of putties out. Ivan News has his own ones. On the Halloween ones, they all wear skeletons. There's one where they wear pumpkins.
How many different iterations of Power Rangers have there been?
No.
What is Rule 34? I have.
We met one. That dude was a fucking douche.
So the red, not the original Red Ranger.
The Red Ranger of the one from like 2013.
The dinosaur version of Power Ranger, whatever it was.
Yeah.
We tried to interview him at the expo.
Oh yeah.
And He goes, "Well, I only do interviews for $150."
So I just asked him questions anyway.
Yeah, I sat back and filled the white profit. Profit asked some questions. He goes, "All right, well, I guess maybe we'll come back and buy that interview from you. Thanks, broski."
Invoices in the mail.
He probably said the word Scorsese 17 times in 40 words.
Like Scorsese won't call me back.
No.
Scorsese
I'm in a movie with. I'm in a
People
movie
like in
directed by
Scorsese's
Martin
heroin.
Scorsese. Something about I washed Martin Scorsese's car. Something.
I keep Scorsese in my arms, but the rehab sends me home.
So,
Can you go back to the post though? Back to this angry man. Why do we? All right, so like I just went off on a fucking tirade about how Flagger Force pisses me off, and no one has kicked me yet. What do you think this dude did to get his car?
I'm
He
gonna
probably
go
didn't
nothing
listen.
for 1,000.
No, he probably didn't listen to this person with the sign enough, and they probably were trying to tell him to stop and put the foot out to kick it. And I'm not saying if he's right or wrong, but they probably kicked his car. But it's Kerry's fault why it happened.
It's me.
It's Kerry.
It was me.
Um,
I really like the phrase uninhabitable cesspool. I wanted to see it more on Facebook. So
If you guys
This is
could
my
take
fault.
up your uninhabitable cesspooling a little bit, it would make Kerry much more excited.
so they kicked this 2003
Kick it up a little.
Accord, and then he goes and calls the police to come and show up.
Yeah, like your car got kicked. Like, listen, if you got in a car accident, like a rear ending, they're still not going to come. But the guy kicked your car. You think they're going to come?
And also, let's go with this.
And he threatened me with a wrench.
that might actually be a reason why they.
Yeah,
kicked him.
but here's my thing: is the guy could have just been holding a wrench.
He
Well,
was
yelling at him. I'm
it's
like,
the guy
probably part of
working
his
with a
job.
wrench.
yeah, I
Probably
mean,
part of his
if he was holding a shotgun, which would not be part of his Flagger Force job,
Yeah.
then
That
I can
you know
understand
of.
getting up.
Let's
Getting upset.
also address another logic flaw here. I
Oh.
was driving in Springfield, got kicked by a construction crew from anywhere, called the Springfield police, they can go fuck themselves, and he went to the neighbors of Ridley Park to post this.
I think he was from Ridley Park, giving you the warning about.
to not go to Springfield.
Don't
Yeah.
leave Ridley
Yeah.
ever
Stay
again.
here.
You'll love Ridley. Don't leave it.
That's why they broke the bridge. They couldn't leave and get their cars kicked. They
That's
were
it.
sick of their fucking Accords getting kicked.
He's
That's
probably,
it.
The other
he's
crew.
probably like sitting at the Sellers Avenue Bridge, honking the horn, waiting for the fence to move now.
He's gonna
Yeah.
have
He's sitting there
PTSD
like
every
very
time he
upset
sees
about it. I will win this one.
He's like, God damn it! I want them to build fences down there, not here.
Man, and wow, did the Sellers Avenue Bridge fake me out, by the way?
Yeah, that was.
It was wow.
They're like, oh, dude, they're probably working on. Like,
I
no,
see
we're
the
putting up
guys with the
concrete there.
dude.
Yeah.
Here's the funny part. Not to get off a different subject, but for those who haven't been following with it, they locked down the Sellers Avenue Bridge and they're fighting on who has to fix it. And they're saying it's going to be like 3 or 4 years before it happens. There's your short story. So I drive by there almost every day to work because I go to the post office there in Ridley, and I see the fences were torn down or were taken down, and there's a big machine, like a crane type, like small machine, driving over the top of this thing. I'm like, okay, maybe they're fixing it. And I post something. Of course, PJ jumps on it right away and tells me, no, they're putting up a more permanent fence. So they drove big, heavy machinery on this bridge to put up a more permanent
So
way for you
Southern
not to
Border
drive
Needs help.
big, heavy equipment across.
Did we learn a lesson about hope and how it's
Hope is
not
the most
worth it?
dangerous thing to give a human being. Yeah, you're absolutely Carrie. I love you, man.
Don't
Miss
do it
you.
again.
That sounds like what should have been John McCain's fucking like smear campaign when he ran against Obama.
or something?
What?
about
Hope is a
hope?
drug? Hope is a.
Yeah, like
Hope is a
his
farce.
story
There's
changed.
hope.
Hope is a farce.
Like John McCain wishes he was still over in Vietnam. getting
Happiness is a
opiates.
lie.
Dude, opiates.
Oh, a hope
Zing.
dealer. Oh my
The
god!
hopium den.
Opiates.
Wow.
Trying to
okay.
get high opiates. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm changing my fantasy football team to that.
You've already changed that name 17
I changed
times.
every-
by
So
the
I
wait,
way.
know
wait,
what they
what?
changed.
Oh wait, so I know this is totally off topic, but my fantasy football team name has been the Pittsburgh Feelers for about like 8 years.
So good.
Fucking ESPN this year wouldn't let me have that.
Yeah, they
But-
went.
Oh yeah, they really cracked down on the names.
Yeah, but Pat Tillman and the Friendly Fires that fit.
Yeah, well, it's because it's not the words.
The
They have
inside joke.
words like
Uh,
you can't use any. You can't even like if you're going to use like a full curse word
yeah.
and change like the S and shit to a dollar sign. They still won't let you
I
do
was
that.
say you gotta get
When I
creative with
played
the
Al,
letters.
I was gonna
Shit.
make mine shoot Adele in the dick.
Yeah, you
His
can't do anything
phrase.
about shooting,
Shoot and dick.
sex. Yeah,
Even
no.
if you change shoot to like
Even
dollar
Adele,
sign,
Adele is not allowed in there.
That's
Adele.
the one that really.
That's
pissed
really
me
the
off.
one that got him boned. Don't worry, my team. Fingers are for beeholes.
That's okay.
That is okay. I am in.
What's
Your beehole.
What's the best fantasy football team name you've seen?
Kareem Pies.
Kareem Pies was good.
Good.
That was Spaz last year. In
Yeah. There was one. Which one? There's a couple of last few years.
Eat my punt. Those were always good. My Balzac hurts.
My Balzac hurts was always a good one.
We had one that was like Ertz makes me squirts.
Jesus Christ.
Pittsburgh Feelers is always good.
That's a good one.
I was Pittsburgh Feelers. The first year I did it, I was Hitchbot.
Oh, Hitchbot. Fuck
dude.
that thing.
Yeah, you've changed your name at least 16
I
times.
change it every week minimum.
No, you changed it between the time I beat you last night into today.
Yeah.
Because like you know how like on Wednesday
Yeah.
or Tuesday it pops up you won or lost, and it said you like, wait a minute, I didn't play that team. That's not Holbrook's team.
Yeah, I woke up and I said, "Oh,
Surprise.
another week. Who am I playing?" And then I made it something that goes against them.
Yeah. Yeah. What was your team this year?
There's a certain person who it's very fitting. It's I only waddle to wipe.
Nice.
They have a wiping problem.
She doesn't wipe though. Melanie wipes for her.
Yeah.
Damn.
Melanie
Wiper,
wipes.
No wiping. As Slur the Explorer.
Actually, I might change my name to that when I play her because actually I play her this week.
Yeah.
Good Mel wiping.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the Westchester Pike Wipers last year against her.
Mhm.
I have to go sit in the middle of Baltimore Pike, by the way, with a sign that says New Jersey is better than Delco and get tooth jewelry for my loss. I really thought I could pull it out.
What was the one you're supposed to do for me?
That one.
No, wasn't that the
Tooth
two
jewelry
choice from last year? Yeah. You're supposed to eat a cheesesteak from Arby's, an Arby's Philly steak.
An Arby's
They
Philly
might-
steak.
listen,
mushrooms.
Listen, man.
I feel like
Arby's-
you've eaten
And
them.
tomatoes and lettuce.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm actually going to fucking give the Arby's cheesesteak a review, and it'll probably. Oh God.
You should do that.
Fucking actual review, not bullshit.
You should do like a bullshit food review because apparently that's what happens nowadays
I'd watch it.
a lot.
Where you add things to a sandwich that doesn't go on the sandwich naturally.
Of course.
Yeah. It's like yeah.
I'm only gonna grade this with I'm gonna do a cheeseburger thing, but I'm only gonna grade it when you throw sliced turkey and an egg on it.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm gonna do a cheeseburger review, but instead of eating cheeseburgers, I'm just gonna suck my own dick for the next 3 years.
Which was better, Pickers and Gaetados, but we're putting tuna fish on top of them.
Oh,
Like what the fuck?
curveball, bro.
Yeah. It's just the way I like it. And I did my first 400 like, oh, come on, dude. Jesus, man.
It'd be like
Oh.
doing the Stromboli review. That guy that made you make that tuna fish and honey mustard Stromboli. Was that you?
Tuna and mustard.
Tuna and mustard.
Stromboli.
Yeah,
So here's my thing.
that's the best one I've ever
Like,
had.
I get it, but like, no.
No.
There's some creations I don't want to tell anyone else about.
No.
And back when I used to, it was an actual deli. You can get
Mm.
liverwurst. I just get a fucking 2-foot liverwurst hoagie with like all the fixins on it.
The fixin'.
The fixins.
He said no. He said the fixin'.
There's nothing
All the
fixing a
fixins.
liverwurst 2-foot hoagie.
Dude, fucking
Yeah. What do you
liverwurst
put on there?
and
Like taste and a clothespin to put on your nose while you're swallowing that garbage.
Klonopin, so you can
The
forget
word
about it.
"worst" is literally in the food. It should be the first
Well-
sign I should not eat this because it's the worst.
Oh, dude, liverwurst is great. It's like a 60-year-old man dick. It's hard, but it's not fully hard. It's like there's no real fucking
It's not hard to the tip.
yeah. It's still mushy. enough
It'll
you can keep
penetrate,
on
but it won't be hard to the tip.
Oh
Yeah, like you can get a nice crisp bite out of it, then fucking kind of suck it through your teeth.
Derailed.
Delicious.
Like, perfect.
It's
Yeah.
exactly
Huh?
how I wanted this road rage fucking segment to go.
I wanted to bring up 60-year-old dick. I swear to God, that's the whole point.
Bob, it's leading the next one anyway.
All right, number 3.
Next one, yeah. This is someone brought it up in I think it was the Delco happy hour.
Mm.
Fuck, what was his name? What was his name?
Keith Nolan.
Yeah.
Nolan.
I didn't want to use his name
Nolan.
at first because I didn't want to throw him
Kevin
under the bus.
Nolan.
Kevin Nolan, but it's spelled different.
Yeah.
He said, I saw an out-of-state license plate that included the name of the county and thought we need that in PA so we can show off our Delco pride. I looked at the DMV website and found something even better. We should create a Delco Proud group and register as a special organization so we can get our own license plate. If all these organizations can have one, surely we could too. I mean, they let the KKK adopt highways.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, like, now, are we
And us
talking about like
roundabouts.
one of the ones where it's like the wildlife one where you see like the beaver on
Yeah.
there, but it's
It's an otter. I don't think
Or
we
an
have
otter.
otters. I don't think we
Okay.
have otters.
All right, whatever. But my point is that what they're
Or the
talking about,
railroad
or like,
Yeah. So basically, it'll just be like
so
now,
you
like-
design your own, and you have like a
the
specialty
fire
group?
will have one. It'll be like
fraternal order of police
Yeah,
in a circle.
everybody, little FD in the middle, and then like their badge number, their like insignia.
Mhm.
It was something like that.
The St. Tommy Moore, like fucking.
Ah,
touching
yeah.
Those
leprechaun.
dudes are
Flyers
fucking
wives.
crazy. And
Flyers
they're
wives.
everywhere.
Absolutely, it's a good
Yeah.
one. So do we do it? He wants to do a Delco version of that.
Yeah.
What
So-
would this look
Talk
like?
about just like pull me over in Montgomery County, like
Do you, that's what I'm saying. Do you get pulled over automatically and assumed
Yeah.
to be on heroin?
yeah, like literally they would think that you are on heroin, or
is
that,
in October.
or you'd be like,
That's
oh,
probable cause.
Yeah.
or open your trunk. Where are the catalytic converters?
Right.
Like,
But do they just drop
They're
a gun on the
tired
ground and
puffing
say,
people.
"Man down, man down"?
No.
I mean, did you talk to him?
So I
How far
messaged
is he
him.
going with this?
So I messaged him, and as I was messaging him, my car caught fire.
Oh, right.
So I got the first message and never got to finish talking to him. He's like, I went through a company. I asked him, where'd you get that made? Is it like through the state?
Does he have a custom license?
That's not a real
Yeah,
license
Yeah,
plate,
that
though.
is. Just the
So he
front.
ordered like a not a real license plate, but it's license plate material.
Thank
for the
you,
front of his
Ian.
car.
Put him in his
Yeah.
place, Ian Fitzmyer. We do have otters, you douche. It's in the west.
I
in the
don't.
yeah.
We have known that I don't
We
recognize
have otters
anything
around 12th
west
Street.
of Westchester or north of Fairless Hills.
Those otters at the zoo. Count it.
There is
She-
otters in the
she
zoo.
got
Very
you.
cool. Do you know that otters hold hands when they sleep so they don't drift apart
So
from each other?
sweet.
Yes, it is.
Hmm.
They have certain zoos that have little holes.
Isn't that
in
what
the
you and your
hands.
girlfriend do, too?
Their hands.
Oh,
What?
they're also right across the little hall.
I was gonna, no, I said, is that what
Canvas.
him and Danielle do at night? They hold hands so they don't drift apart.
It's a true thing.
Aw.
It's
Yeah.
a true thing.
That I thought, or you don't roll over on top of her and destroy her.
That is also a real thing. that
Do you think she wakes up screaming like, "Oh my god!" And then she
you
looks.
can't scream when you can't have when there's no
Yeah.
air.
Yeah,
Agreed.
she
She
holds,
can't
holds his
scream in
hand
space or
fucking-
under a
she
whole
can just,
book.
like go and check his pulse every once in a while, make
Right.
sure he's still breathing.
Still up.
It's gotta be like a cartoon. Oh, poor girl.
Where like the bed moves up and down every time he breathes in and out with her on it.
Yeah, it's got a slope to it. The blanket blows up and slowly falls back down.
I wish that these were further from the truth.
Like, I have a waterbed? Nah, I just have asthma. Sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea.
I sleep on my side to avoid the apnea.
Oh, good.
Oh god.
It's a real thing.
Yes.
It is. As someone else who has sleep apnea, then
I had the surgery, so I'm good.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, look at you,
God.
Mr.
Better than
Money and
everybody.
Insurance.
Mr. Money Insurance.
Yeah.
Sorry, some of us have a job that pays insurance.
Work for myself, and I don't want to treat my employees good.
So you didn't get any answers from him. So do we know if this dude started the petition yet?
No, nothing was started from what I gathered. Like just like looking online.
Except
but-
for his car fire. That started.
That started.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, never.
We don't know
trust
what
these
started the
pieces
car
of shit.
fire.
It was the headlights I got,
Oh, okay.
which is real whack. So that means I have to get all new shit. But it's not a vanity plate. He got it from somewhere online, but didn't tell me.
Huh?
So it's not a real.
So he got it from the intranet.
So we're not worried about
He got it from the.
we're not worried about his novelty license plate. We're wondering about him. Is he starting a a movement? Should we start a movement? Is there a need in Delaware County for us to have a license plate that says we're from Delaware County?
100%.
Or does
But doesn't that go to something like you said, the Flyers Wise,
It's
right?
charitable.
So if you
It's
do
a
get that
donation
extra
based, yeah.
$2 of every license plate goes to.
I think the otter ones
They
are like
ha-
bad, like
here's the one
refuge or
thing is they
something.
have to be on the bottom say made in George W. Hill Correctional Facility.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it has to be made in.
They still do that.
I hope so.
I really hope, like, you know, there's like those things you see on TV, those stereotypical, like every time like they're in jail, people are printing license plates or
Like
folding
Shawshank
laundry.
Redemption?
Yeah, like I would be like upset if I went to there and saw that there's nobody printing license plates. Just like if I saw Spider-Man really wasn't in
That's-
Chester.
That's why I
Spider-Man's
upset you're
at
in
George
prison.
W. Hill right now. We can go ask.
That's true. Yes. They actually said they ran.
Do you think he's beating up the other inmates? You think Doc Ock's in there with them too? and
No,
all the
no,
other-
he's, he's in there
and
except
the Slizzard.
It's not Ravenhurst, whoever it was called in Spider-Man. I think
Yeah.
it's
he's in there
Ravenhurst.
fucking like
you're on
first one we
spot
fought
on.
the Bonesaw.
Bones. So Macho
He did
Man's
it
in
to
jail.
my kids.
So Macho Man's in George W. Hill. That makes sense. We haven't seen him in years.
It's Macho they them now. It's 2022.
Macho Zem.
yeah, Macho play.
Well, what's Queen Elizabeth or Miss Elizabeth or whatever her name was?
Fucking oh.
Yeah, she liked that hopium.
What was her name? Miss Elizabeth,
Miss
right?
Elizabeth. She liked
So what
that
would Miss
hopium.
Elizabeth be?
Yeah.
No, she can still be a girl.
Miss / Mr. Elizabeth.
They them Elizabeth.
They them Elizabeth.
Zimzer.
Can I ask you a question? Like, do you ever see like emails and
We're gonna get this video pulled already. I already know.
It's fine.
I would say this is how behind the times sometimes I can be. Like, I will get emails from people and or LinkedIn messages or things like that, and it says under the
It
there
has people's pronouns on.
at the bottom it says this
Yeah.
him, her, this or him, his, and
Sure.
I didn't know that at first. I'm like, why is that there?
His
I thought
she throw him off real hard.
Yeah, like, she and burrito.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm gonna start doing. Just putting like random words with a
mine's like
slash
she
between
and
it. She
Yeah,
and
Sure.
there's people
good
who
old
shit.
she it.
Oh, shit. Shit.
There's that chick on TikTok that teaches people about sharks pronouns. Like you can
You know
dream it,
what?
you can do it.
Yeah.
Ian Fitzmyer might be onto something.
Fishes.
Is
He's
he
Delco Day
transitioning?
as a reason.
That
Yeah.
could be the reason we do it.
That's the thing. We have
beneficiary?
a Delco Day Association where the money goes to us to distribute to the charity of our choice.
And the George W. Hill prisoners make the license plates, and then everyone drives around on their car with license plates that will inevitably get them arrested in most. If you're just driving
You're
near
coming full
Kensington, they
circle.
will pull you over and go, "You are obviously buying."
Full
Yeah.
circle.
You'll go for a
Like,
second.
no, I got
back
distracted
making
by the
license plates.
donkeys. I'm like, oh, okay.
GWH.
He went full
That's
Delco.
Wrong shithole.
Stocks is what you go to Kenzo for.
But like, do they make license plate in prison still? Like, or is that just a?
No, I feel like that was just for
I haven't been in a
Redemption.
while now.
It's been a while. Al.
Text
Yes.
Ainer, like, yo.
How funny would it be? He's like, dude, I went out and bought one of the license plates that I made in prison.
Oh,
Well,
that would be
with my
awesome.
handicraft.
Like you would,
I need this number so
like
I
he
can
could buy a car.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
What's the license for? I just want it.
There's a lot about catalytic converters for guys never owned a car.
Or worked on one.
Yeah. Mr. Precious Metals over here.
Learned the joys of cadmium today. Next.
Anyway,
What are we on 4?
Yeah. Previous guest, Satanic Delco. They're going around spreading the not necessarily. There's a whole episode where it's not actually about Satan. It's about just getting religion out of things. They are
Living life for
They are
life.
saving dress codes throughout the county. Really helping the kids. The youth. Just letting the youth know about it.
How do I help these
Children.
kids?
So why do adults care what kids are wearing to school?
I don't know.
since you've asked,
So in 2000,
Because you might hurt his or hers feelings. That's why.
Yeah, listen, the second they put I was told there's litter boxes in some of the schools for people identified as cats.
No, someone literally fucking wrote that it was the Westchester area school district.
Uh-huh.
That was actually a thing that made it onto 6 ABC, like one of the 3 stories. And they said public outrage, and they had to call a fucking meeting where they were just like, no, there is no litter boxes. And
As someone who's shat in a litter box before, it's fucking
This week?
no.
Yeah.
we had a
I
friend
don't-
named Kim who shit in a litter box, and we called her Kimmy Litter.
Oh,
Aw,
God.
that's
And
kinda
Was
sweet.
she of the unhomed variety?
Yes.
She did not have
Have
a
you dated?
residence.
Nice,
The-
dude.
Did she take residence in
HLK
said
banner.
places that you've been taking residence in?
But no, in the Westchester area, someone had to do it, and like the superintendent literally showed up and called someone a fucking dipshit or something.
Awesome.
Like, did you really think that was a fucking thing? Like, why don't instead of going to message boards, why don't you just use some fucking common sense? Like, and they quoted it on like 6 ABC.
It's about time somebody did that,
Yeah.
though. Like, I mean, come on, man. And if you had a problem, instead of going, oh my God, did you guys hear this? Oh, let's start an outrage. No, let's come up. Did you guys really, I know it sounds kind of silly, but are you guys really putting litter boxes in the school?
Talking
Yeah.
about your litter box.
Not
I mean, at least 1 or 2 people think you're stupid instead of you spreading your stupidity throughout the message boards.
Sure.
Knock on wood, Upper Darby has not had a lockdown in a while. But one of my favorite things is when they would have a lockdown and just see how ridiculous the fucking
Ugh.
Like,
As a guy whose kids went to the Upper Darby School District,
Sure.
yeah, dude, you got messages every day about lockdowns because of somebody in the school or somebody found outside the school. And listen, I'm not trying to sound insensitive, but like at one point you become desensitized.
Yeah.
Get over it.
I'm like, why don't we just make life easy and lock the school down as soon as they start and unlock it when they're done?
it's
Like-
from a boy who cried wolf. If there ever was like a Columbine, I wouldn't believe it for fucking 12
I gotta
hours.
see it
Until I
sometime.
saw, literally
Yeah.
saw the footage.
Because
Yeah.
it could be like, oh, a light bulb broke and an air conditioner's out in one room, and then like you'd have fucking 9 women, like
There's machetes on
not even
campus.
mothers, just like town gossips that probably don't even have kids there, going like, there's 30 dead bodies out front. The kids are all dead. It's terrible. The helicopters are landing to take them away.
Yes.
It's like, shut the fuck up.
My cousin's a cop.
Helicopters do land here. Just sometimes
Yeah.
not where they
It's
should.
not
Yeah.
where they belong. Yeah.
My
By the way,
Sideways,
that
man.
area looks great right now.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Every day,
Really
it's
great.
fantastic.
I was actually giving.
I heard helicopter fuel really does bring out the green in the grass.
It
Must
was-
have been touched by an angel.
it's a
That whole
beautiful-
area.
It's a beautiful green. The rest of the grass isn't green.
That
much
spot
around
looks
yeah.
great.
Well, when that angel came down, from heaven, they
Oh,
taken
it's
upon
probably the
that
same-
pilot's shoulder.
That's
Bless the
psycho
lawn.
fucking bitch.
You think she probably gets fucking stupid wet for fucking Hallmark movies.
Wait, is this my wife?
She gets fucking dumb creamy for a good Lifetime fucking
You don't.
film.
It was like
Not anymore.
Carrie, can you please? I have to ask this question, not to be off topic again, but are,
Girl positive, Alan. It's a masterpiece.
We watched it on Halloween
So, no,
or
but,
Christmas a couple years
do
ago.
you regularly, or when you don't have something that you really want to watch, if you're just trying to find something to watch, are you a woman type to go
Number
to?
one, don't assume her gender.
Are you a possible her? Or she who would go to
a person.
Lifetime and either watch a Lifetime
She.
movie or a Christmas Hallmark movie or something
I don't.
just for the sake of watching it?
No. 'cause
My wife
there's-
watches them at least.
There's no
4 or
like
5
channel
times a week.
surfing anymore when you don't have
No, there is none.
cable. So I'll go into like my Netflix list
Yeah.
and pick something
But
that I've already thought of.
Netflix has their own.
Before with cable, absolutely. How do you think I found the Golden Girls?
No, but my point is now Netflix and a lot of these other ones are starting to make their own Hallmark Channel
Yes, they're
type
absolutely
movies.
worth
yeah.
watching when you don't have anything else to watch and
Well,
you have the television to yourself.
So what Netflix does is they
Prince for
take
Christmas
high end
movies?
European movies that we never heard of, do a good job like dubbing over in English, and that's what they are now. They buy high end European movies,
Fine.
dub them over in English,
So basically, we're watching fucking Ukraine's Last Call.
pretty much.
That is terrible.
And my wife, I'm
Fucking
like, why
donkey.
are you crying? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, why do you keep watching this sad shit? Stop watching it.
Sometimes you need
And
to.
I've already me and Hallmark have
Sometimes you
proven
need
this
to.
point that all these Hallmark movies are women who sit there. This is so beautiful and loving, where the girl leaves her husband, who of many years,
All
This
her
is
eyes are
empowering.
dude.
Yeah,
All her
like-
eyes are soaked.
like it's
And then when it happens in real life, you get called
Yeah.
the C word.
It's inspiring, really.
It's inspiring until it happens.
yes, exactly. That's my point.
The angel came down from heaven,
Yeah.
put his hand on that pilot's shoulder, and said, "You save the baby boy.
You grow the
It's a
grass.
Christmas miracle."
Fingers are for holes.
I can't believe the stupid shit some people say in our
You can't believe it. Like we literally put things up there
If it was the
waiting for
Catholic
said
Church, I'd
stupid
be, "All
shit.
right, cool, I get it."
It
Thoughts and
literally
prayers.
was a joke about Bob Saget
Yeah.
and how it was near Saget's tuxedos. And she goes, it wasn't Bob Saget. It was clearly an angel's intervention, just jumping in there and guiding the pilot's shoulders to safety.
And that angel's name was Danny Tanner.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
He had a really good
Everywhere
He
you
had a zany friend named Joey who could do really cool impersonations.
Oh my God.
Do you think you could beat the shit out of fucking
Dave Coulier.
Dave Coulier
Could I?
right now?
Right now, how old do you think Dave Coulier is? Like
I don't know, dude. He got
65,
Alanis
65.
Morissette though. Like, there's
You think-
something.
Oh, yeah, he's kind of got like that freak, crazy
got-
strength.
Yeah,
I think
wouldn't-
he's been training.
I wouldn't count him out.
TikTok strength.
Yeah, like I think he's like one bad internet comment away from going on a shooting spree. So no, I don't think so.
Anyway,
Plus, I get out of breath just trying to think about it. So he's probably in better shape than I. He probably owns a gym membership.
It's not in your best.
I actually, there's no other way to put this. I tried to drink a bag of combos on the way here.
What kind?
That is so
The
sexual,
buffalo,
Mickey.
the buffalo like wing ones.
All right,
So
so
I'm creamy.
they're not bad, but I can't do too many of them because they become kind of like a weird aftertaste.
They were not good, especially when you literally hold them up like it's a.
All right, cheddar cheese combos, pretzel or cracker.
pretzel.
Yeah, I don't know.
Too boring.
I go pizza every time. I don't try.
They're garlic.
Pepperoni
ones.
supreme or regular.
The green one.
No, the regular.
Regular. Okay.
Yeah, green one.
All right, go ahead.
All right, in
You
2021. This
may
is
proceed.
this is from Satanic Delco's own page. They, just don't get Tommy John from patting yourself on the back.
I'll do it.
2021,
I can hear
Satanic
it
Delco
crackling
succeeded
now.
in forcing a change in the discriminatory dress code of the Rose Tree Media School District. As documented in the original news report, the next target for such a change was the Garnet Valley School District. At the time, Garden Valley didn't want to change his policy because they feared the backlash and bad press they received for caving into a group of Satanists. I'm happy to report that they have, in fact, caved. The dress code formerly had a ban on satanic cult references, and as of the 2022-23 school year, that prohibition has been removed. Thank Satan, because now they can wear satanic.
So like where is the line drawn? Like if they say like worship the devil.
Garden Valley students are now free to express their Satanism on equal footing alongside their fellow students of every other religion.
I thought you're not talking about religion in public schools.
I don't know.
Of any sort.
You're not allowed to, but they do.
But that's my point. Like, where is the line at? Like, if it says
the thing is, right,
kill babies for the blood to give the devil, that's kind of that's not something I want to.
Thing.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's that thing in the woods that in California they do.
No, but I'm just like saying, like, what is considered satanic? That's what I want to know. Is it because they have a what's it called, a
pentagram? I don't know.
The pentagram, yeah.
I don't know. I only really get into Satan.
Was that one of the pictures you put up there? Was that one of the things that they were trying to ban?
Was that
from the post?
I just typed in corny devil.
Just like the sweatshirt.
I think I typed in I think I literally typed in dorky Satan.
Man, everybody we know just likes to do pointless bullshit. So they don't get it. Like you won. What did you win? Yeah. Now my kid can get beat up. Thanks, dude. Like, like
fuck the Springfield cops. Someone kicked my car.
Yeah.
They're not coming.
Yeah, I hope the Satanic, probably the Satanic Delco guy is going to get it. Like, kick him in his teeth.
You're doing a lot of license plate making when you're living in George W. Hill by the river.
Down by the casino.
Oh, by the way, the post literally ends with, thank you to those at the school district who eventually made the right choice to remove the discriminatory language, hail Satan. That is not a joke. That is actually the text.
Oh, well.
I don't know. Like, I thought that was a troll job when I first saw it.
Isn't there bigger fucking fish to fry?
I just thought they were just like ways of getting around, getting like, tax breaks and orgies.
I think it was the most, from what I'm taking, it mostly is orgy related. Overall concept
mostly is orgy.
With honor, it was mostly orgy related.
It walks a line.
But I think they're at face value, their concept, from what I see as satanic things, is like they were always big at getting nativity scenes taken off public land, getting religious things taken off of, fucking Supreme Courts and shit, like on the front lawns. Things like that.
Oh, even like the Ten Commandments.
So, like,
again, the Ten Commandments
taking church out of the state, like anything like that kind of stuff.
That's usually what I see when it's like in the
But
South.
why are they choosing satanic? Why don't they just say like?
Because it's shocking. Because it shows the contradictory.
When you have no God. Begins with an A.
Atheist.
Why don't atheism?
Because atheists would say, "I don't believe in religion." This is saying we're equal because we believe in a different God. You have your Jesus, your Moses, your Muhammad.
Yeah.
We got Lucifer. Why are we left out? It should be able to do this, but at the same time, but like, I don't know.
It makes no sense. It's like, I don't know. It's like being, I'm going to start a church of Hans Gruber in my eyes.
But
like, I don't get it.
If you recall back to the episode, the entire concept was that they don't actually worship Satan. It's just about the tenets about being. It's almost more of a hippie concept of just like respect each other.
Now they don't shower.
Instead of dirty Satanist.
Yeah, but it's just like if your concept is based off religion and you're telling me you don't do religion, like what is it?
Yeah, that's my whole thing. Like,
so now you're a hippie and a hypocrite.
It seems like since they don't want religion for themselves, they don't want you to have religion either.
So if you can't have it, I can't have it. Is that the thought process?
Sense, kind of. That's what my dad would say.
So it's basically for the orgies, right?
It's mostly orgy related.
It's mostly orgy related.
Aren't most religions orgy related?
Yeah.
I would argue.
I'm sorry, that opinion will probably get us extra points with Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
The Mormons for sure.
Oh, the Mormons. I can't believe they fucking haven't pulled any of the episodes of the shit we said about Mormons.
Yeah.
Soaking and docking.
Education.
I mean, listen, the last
episode
got pulled because somebody's little butthurt bitch, but that's a different story. Yeah.
Carrie, have you ever been with a dude who was so drunk that you just end up soaking anyway?
I don't think so.
I have with a dude.
I feel like
what was his name?
My dad passes out fast. He's all fucking. Jesus Christ! He'll get it there. But he kind of just falls asleep on my back.
My back! Jesus Christ! Oh Lordy! Speaking of going to hell, maybe the Satanists can take you there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
So orgy slay.
Speaking of orgies, so Liquor Control Board, the nemesis around here, did a whole crackdown on a lot of bars in the Chester County, Montgomery County, Philadelphia, and of course Delco. And we know that there's more than 130 in Delco alone, so we're talking a lot there. Guess how many were cited total?
6.
2.
Tell me.
Between all these counties?
Oh, all the counties.
All the counties.
In Philadelphia.
In Montgomery County, Montgomery County, Chester County, Philadelphia, Delaware County.
How many counties in total? Or how many bars?
And how many bars total between those?
150.
18.
Oh, really?
And only one was in Delco.
Well, what's the citation for again?
It was anything. Any liquor-related offense.
Okay, so that could be selling to minors.
One in Delco.
Only one in Delco.
Which one?
Can we guess what town it was in? Because I'm not going to tell you
yes.
which one.
And I'm going to tell you, it is fucking shocking. And you basically, as a Delconian, just want to go puke.
Well, is there bars in Swarthmore? Because you're saying it's shocking, so.
Yeah.
The Swarthmore Hotel serves alcohol now, but no.
Swarthmore.
No.
Is it a bar that?
Is it Delco or Delaware County?
It is. It was very disputed on our map. It was a very hard yellow.
Okay.
Is it pulsations and the ghosts aren't really fucking of age?
No.
It was the hardest yellow on the map, and people. It was probably the most controversial.
Like somewhere close to the main line, that would be.
It is. You're on the right concept. You're
the right concept.
Havertown?
No,
Good.
but not far from there. Let's just say
Newtown.
is Newtown Square.
Oh, it's
Is it?
It's the Ale House, the one that's like shopping center with like Giant and all that shit in the post office.
Would they get cited for this? Say
the softest thing possible. They didn't have enough people on their staff.
Holbrook's dad's penis. I mean, I'm probably penis.
That was mean. He's trying.
Well, you said it just 5 seconds ago.
They no, it was for not having enough employees with ramp certificates.
With what certificates?
Ramp. It's the to serve alcohol safety class.
Work in a bar, you have to take.
You have to take a class. Okay,
yeah,
I got
that is the only Delco citation.
We should take that class for a show.
I have it. I took it. I had to take it for the.
I want to take it.
It's fucking stupid. It's easy.
Is it?
It's like if someone's visibly intoxicated, can you serve them?
How much do they charge you for that?
It's free. I think that your job sets you up for it.
Okay.
It's really boring. It's really not that entertaining. But I mean, I'm thinking of all the bars that I personally go to or know of where they literally have rats that have names. They named the rats.
They actually put the beer on the back of the rat.
One is using
they're the servers.
Multiple are using international slave labor.
Well.
You just narrow down exactly where I think you're talking about too.
Oh no, these are different bars.
Yeah.
Is Irish considered international?
Yes. Yes. Okay, there are definitely some that are funding something like there.
Rhymes with schmy.
There are some that are serving food that just should not be serving food.
Same place.
The word food is even questionable.
One, if you walked in there and said, "Where's your dishwasher?" they would go, "Oh, what?" Some are just serving beers out of a fucking cooler.
Well, that was the lamplighter.
Does it have to be? Question: does it have to be in a refrigerator?
I don't know, but it was just the one that
$6 a beer. Yeah,
something. Yeah,
the one that was doing it was weird. But no, it was shocking to see that one because it's just like it's basically like watching a hockey game and hearing that Wayne Gretzky got in a fight. You're like, no, he didn't. Like he's the one who you wouldn't think so.
There's some bars that haven't figured out inflation yet. I actually went and bought a round for a whole bar.
Tell them.
And like I spent $23 on like 60 people. I'm like,
what bar?
I'm not going to say because I don't want to ruin it. But I'm just sitting there. I'm like,
was it one? It wasn't one that likes you.
Likes me?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Not the one that knows. It's not one in a bar. No, not sponsors or anything like that. They don't know who I was, but I went there and I was just drinking there with friends, and I'm like, buy everybody around, and they're like, oh yeah, and it comes up. It's like it's going to be $13.75. I'm like, I said everybody,
one, right?
I said everybody, and he goes, yeah.
There's some.
Like we charge $1 per. I'm like, okay, that seems really stupid. But all right.
VFW.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the hell? But whatever.
What bars that we were all at where they had Springfield Ale?
Springfield Ale. I know Clifton Ale, and that would be
what the fuck is Springfield Ale?
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking dude from the Delco Cup that looks just like Al.
Oh, he's a bartender.
Yeah,
the bartender.
Media.
Yeah, my wife almost clutched his wiener that night. That was weird.
It's a pretty good dick. It's a pretty good dick. I mean, yours is better, but it's like
I imagine it's a pretty good dick.
Yeah.
He had a much better haircut.
Yours is
than
like
I
a
did.
14. His is like probably 12.
Yeah, it's a big dick.
Which measure yours
That
right?
there's a modded dick.
All right, next.
Oh,
We're sticking with beer here on this one.
yes.
This one blew my mind just because of like what comes out of this. This is Philadelphia Brewing Company, and they had their hop garden destroyed by the city aggressively.
That's actually opiates.
Despite clear signage of this is Philadelphia Brewing Company's side of the story. Despite our clear signage of fenced-off area, the city of Philadelphia took it upon themselves to completely destroy our hop garden early yesterday morning. As a result, we lost over 60 pounds of hops that are to be used in our beloved wet hopped IPA.
Wait, what's it called?
Wet hopped.
Oh yeah, wet hops.
For a decade, it's been our favorite fall beer release. Began as a collaboration, all that shit. Okay, so like I heard that. That is, I don't know if this is even legal. I'm pretty sure that's why the city took it down. They actually grow their fucking hops on site, which I did not know. And then I realized they're in Kensington.
Yeah.
They're growing hops on a vine, which that isn't even just a vine. That's a fucking like RCN cable.
Yeah.
Like a Comcast cable.
No, that's not a vine. That's just what happens when you stack hypodermic needles that high.
Yeah. It's and it says clearly fenced off. I'm sorry, there's no fence.
It's heroin infused hops.
Whatever the Kensington.
They actually
remember they used to do that infusion stuff back in the day. They would put everything in the vodka and just let it sit for days. That's how they got their. That's why this beer's got a kick, bro.
It's farm to table, but Kensington.
I'm all about like growing your shit like locally.
Yeah, your hops are ready.
What's up, brewing hops on a? That's an alley in Kensington with like spit buckets around. It's like if we found out Fat Cow was like making it with like pigs, and then you go like, oh, from where? And then you go,
oh,
and they're like, oh no, like literally from Drexel Hill, be like,
the bar.
Yeah, where?
A lot less deaths around this bar lately. Fat Cow Jerky's like, I'm doing God's work.
When I worked at
He's just
City,
sniping fat chicks with hammer hands.
You mean, what was the infamous line, Al? Slam pigs?
Slam pigs.
Slam pigs. That was brought up.
He's carving bacon off the slam pigs.
On our previous show we used to be on, there was another person who decided to tell us the joys of what a slam pig was, and that he made his entire relationships based off slam pigs. Slam pigs are when you go on Craigslist and just look up unattractive women to just slump bust.
Yeah, yeah. Just it's like going to rent a moped in the city. You're not telling anybody about it. You're just doing it.
I would tell everyone. That sounds awesome.
I might.
Mopeds rule.
Tell some people that
I was like a circus bear when I ride a moped.
Shit.
All right, next.
That would be number 7.
Pussycut.
No.
I saw this ad and I had to fucking figure out. This is exactly what it sounds like. This is the Philadelphia Cat Extravaganza. It's December 17th, 18th, the Philly Expo Center. This is their write-up on their website. A family-friendly event. Meet the most beautiful cats in the world. Get your ticket for full weekend access to gain access to international judges. Judging rings with educational anecdotes about each breed. Get up close and get up close with your favorite breeds. Listen, watch, and be amazed by our awesome lineup of speakers and demos at Kitty Corner. There it is. It's and then it actually turns into an actual dog show.
On Tuesdays, there's a Kitty Corner. There's 2 lap dances for the price of 1. I've been there.
I had to just bring it up because I was like, this looks like the dumbest thing possible. I think we should go to it.
Yes,
dude, we should have gotten press passes for it.
I know.
And I hope if you have allergies, you take your allergy medicine, because could you imagine being a giant expo center with 100 million cats around?
Yes.
What would happen is I would walk in there if I take like allergy meds. You know when like Tony Soprano runs out of the Prozac and has a panic attack behind the wheel of the car?
Yeah.
That's what it would just be me walking through there having that. And until I just pass.
You mean like when Holbrook finds out the escalator's out that day?
No, it's like rage.
Walk escalator.
Man, do they do kitty pulls, like they do puppy pulls?
Yeah.
I can't imagine that being a good
can't
thing.
record the cat.
There's literally like, you know, the
Well, sure.
Westminster Dog Show where they like parade the fucking dogs around
Which
and make
is
them do shit.
a lot of fun.
They're doing that with cats.
Do you remember the one year we did the Bark at the Park?
Uh-huh.
And they were doing all the contests, like the kissing contest and
I love that event, but last year when I had to do it solo, that was the most cringeworthy 35 minutes of my entire fucking
Well,
Why you just played fucking Mambo number 5?
we were doing the music, and we had was
Steve
Steve
Morrison,
from Preston
Steve.
Steve, and
Loved our work.
who else was it? Sue Serio. I only barked at her once.
Jesus.
Would you get her confused with the fat cow jerky logo?
No.
She was there this year too, Al.
Was she?
Yep.
She's a very nice woman. She is.
She is. She's great.
She is great.
No, dude, like that year was like funny. It was only like 7 or 8 dogs, and it was just like.
But the lady in the colorful spandex pants. It was so bad. So they had costume contest, a kissing contest. What was the other one? Tricks or something or whatever.
Fucking dogs.
Yeah, well, they just make the dog like, and so we would play like love music and kissing music in the background. So there's one lady who had these spandex pants on, like they were like super bright, colorful ones. She dressed the dogs up. She was in every contest. These dogs were fucking miserable. Yeah. Like she was literally covering her face in peanut butter, and they wouldn't lick her. Like, like they hated their master. They're like, they were like hoping to be put down at this.
They were looking around for the pink juice.
Yeah.
If only you guys were fat girls, I'd be able to do it.
Wow.
Put them down.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. Like, I mean, I love the event and it's great, but dude,
it's a great event.
That kissing contest got fucking.
Yeah, like
I've never been that. I've seen deaths before.
At one point, I said on the mic, I'm like, "Is there a time limit? Because this is getting weird."
Dude, people like lining up 2 or 3 times to like just get in there. I was like, at one point, I was literally thinking, I'm like, I guarantee, like, it's not even like I guarantee it. I can safely tell you, at least 3 of those people have fucked their dog before.
Well, the one I think Steve made a joke because little red rocket was coming out for the dog, and she goes, "That means he likes me." I'm like, "Well, duh."
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I love dogs, but there's certain people who like love dogs. Yeah. Like, love dogs.
If my dog licks my face, I'm just mad for the next 20 minutes. That's my dog. I bought it.
But no, like the event's great, and definitely go help it out. And there's great people and all this shit. But dude, that kissing contest last year was like, I feel like I have spiders like crawling up my back, like just thinking back to it.
Yeah, that lady made things very cringy.
That's probably a contest that they should probably get rid of because there's not really an end game to it.
Like it only get weirder if it's like
sniff your dog's
ass. Like if you can find your owner by sniffing its ass. If they blindfold the dog.
I don't hate that idea.
Yeah.
We do a kissing booth at Delco Day.
Yeah.
Which is one of us supposed to be in there, but you have to like guess is it gonna be face or ass.
It's Holbrook's ass square straight up in the air.
Yeah.
Do we have ties to Spike?
We call it the Bonner boxing match.
Do we have ties? Do we still have ties to Spike Eskin still?
I mean, is he in New York now?
Oh, good. So yeah, I was gonna say he moved. Dude, he was. Remember that one where he was such a wiener, where he like.
That was the same one.
It was
Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Butler. We got traded for Jimmy Butler, and he literally had a panic attack. Going, well, they don't want him. He's 32, and like ran away from the event. He started texting. He's like, I have to go. I don't want him. He's 32.
No.
He was on stage, and it's funny because I pointed to Holbrook and I showed him my phone, like seconds before it happened, and also in the middle of the thing goes, "I'll be right back."
Like I totally get that you work in courts and you have to go be on social media and do all that shit. I totally get it. That was completely fine. But dude, like it was literally just
Stevie.
It was a 4-year-old like
a tantrum.
Like we gave up too much.
Is this Spike Eskin?
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, his dad is a dildo.
I'm like Eskin.
I like it.
I'm buying some.
This guy.
Oh, next. This one we're gonna have to read through together because it's a complex one, but this one's actually probably our most entertaining story.
Yeah.
The Empire Diner employees compensated for lost tips. Okay, so you were thinking I thought it had something to do with COVID, maybe something like that, or whatever. It gets.
Or did somebody steal the tip jar? One or the other.
And the way that's worded, the way I read it is actually how it's written on Delco today.
What, the Empire Strikes Back?
No, I made that up.
I was gonna say that's way too. I was gonna say that's way too clever.
So clever as fuck. Original content, bitches. Get phony. Get phony. So it made it seem like Empire Diner employees compensated for lost tips. I thought these are the things I thought. DoorDash was fucking them over, and they were giving their employees money back.
Somebody was dressed like Spider-Man swinging from.
Someone's the Spider-Man thing.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone stole a tip jar, or there was all sorts of things. And then I also thought Empire Diner was being the good people in this.
Oh,
this is what happened.
They're the evil one.
A diner in a Philadelphia suburb must return $1.3 million in back wages and damages to more than 100 employees after it used its waiters
from the last 37 years.
Last
Jesus.
4 years.
4 years they have that many employees making that much money.
Yep.
Hot diggity dog.
No. You'll see what happens with it.
Okay.
100 employees used it. Sorry. They had to return 1.35 million back wages and damages to more than 100 employees after it used waiters' tips to pay its bussers' wages. Follow me on that.
So it pulled money from the waiters and waitresses' tips to pay the bus. I know like that they're supposed to give a piece of that to
That's tip on top of wage.
Yeah, on top of their normal wage.
Made this is we'll get into it. I'll explain it here.
I'm gonna have to bring out my calculator on this one.
They made the waiters and waitresses pool their tips at the end of each shift.
Sure.
Stole it, used that as actual collateral payment to the busters. So basically the tips from the waiters went to pay.
So they didn't get their full tips, and whatever they didn't use, they were using that money to pretty much get free wages from their bus boys and bus girls.
And it wasn't the full 1.3.
Bus person.
It's very inclusive of you.
Bus person.
Yeah, the bus M's.
The bus M's.
The Empire Diner in Lansdowne, Pennsylvania, willfully violated labor laws and ordered it and two defendants, the owner and the manager, to pay $675,000 and an equal amount in damages to the affected employees, basically saying what they stole, you're going to pay back double to your people.
Gotcha.
Totaling $1.35 million.
So a little bit more than $500,000 legitimately, but they made them double it because of their happy horseshit.
Empire Diner, the great owner and all that they are appealing the decision.
You're going to try at least.
Yeah. A Labor Department investigation found Empire Diner violated minimum wage, overtime, and record-keeping laws. The chief offense was skirting tip credit requirements by using the service staff's tips to pay for bussers' wages. The department first filed suit against the restaurant in 2018. The restaurant's website indicates it operates a single location. Yeah, it does. Empire Diner required its servers to give 10 to 15% of their tips to the restaurant at the end of their shifts for a tip pool. The servers were paid a cash wage of $2.83 per hour, while the restaurant claimed a tip credit for the difference between the cash wage and federal minimum wage of $7.25. So they paid everyone, the bussers, $2.83, had on the books they were paying them $7.25, and kept the about $5 in between.
Oh wow!
And that money in the middle was coming from the waiters and
waitresses. So it's about $650,000.
It's $675,000. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so $675,000.
Imagine having to audit that.
And then it's $100. So that's $6,500 per employee they almost took.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's kind of some sick shit there. That's that twisted shit that keeps, makes us look bad.
They then got in more trouble.
It makes us that inhabitable cesspool that we are.
Uninhabitable space.
They then got in more trouble because they got busted harassing witnesses and threatened employees to lie about the pay practices. The Empire Diner, Empire Diner is owned by Ishin Guniden. Said that the diner disagrees with the court and is going to appeal on several grounds. The diner denied knowingly violating the tip pool requirements. It said it stopped operating.
Oh, my bad.
Whoopsies.
That's how it's done. Oh.
I didn't know.
Yeah, so that's what they did. Is they fucking lied 3 times over and kept $5 an hour from.
So they was it?
It's a very.
What was the lady from Swarthmore? Sure. Lisa
Fieri.
Yeah,
I'll say the name.
Lisa Fieri doubled down.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I said and did something stupid, and I'm going to make it worse by saying I didn't know I was doing it.
It's public, so we can say her name. Lisa Fieri is the only reason we fucking know who Headstrong is and helps grow. She's the one who hated cancer patients coming in, buying a house, and helping people out. And then it's just like you see the story and the headlines. You go, "Oh, it's going to be like Spider-Man all over again." You're like, "That's not what happened. There's no way someone would be this much of a fucking asshole." And then it was just like, "Let's give her a chance." And then she goes and became more of an asshole. And that's why we mailed her poop.
Supposedly.
We did not. If she got mailed poop, it was not ours.
I guarantee she got mailed some poopy.
This time.
Yeah, there's some She definitely got a couple packages of Dookie.
Shitsenders.com.
So that's Empire Diner, man. I used to kind of like them. They had a really good cake selection, but now I realize that they're literally white collar.
Now I will only eat some cakes from there.
Yeah, now I only eat one a week. We have a new segment, Etiquette with Amber. There's a lovely lady in this county that sometimes goes in community posts, and her name is Amber. If you've seen her, you know her. She's real. She has a very interesting view on life. We thought it was a troll. We spoke to her. It is not. These are, and she just needs to keep going with it because they're golden.
Mm.
We sometimes her questions are about social norms.
Mm-hmm.
She struggles with some social norms.
It's because of the tea.
That's not what the word starts with.
Thank God.
Yeah, that's why I said the T, not the H.
Oh
my God.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't say anything, Ed. She said it herself on the thing. I'll let you read it.
All right.
So this is
These three dudes smelling through the monitor. I don't even know what that means. I can smell what these three dudes smell like through my monitor.
Yeah, it's fucking cum and car fire.
Yeah, that's it.
That's kind of it's kind of spot on.
Shockingly, a little bit of Nautica Voyage by Nautica, and
an Imperial
I
pizza.
did watch this shirt, but not in a while.
Mine's kind of accent sadness.
Mine's car fire, cigarettes, and Davidoff.
I gave up wiping before I should have given up on it, but
1993, what a hell of a year it was.
You know what I mean? Having a fucking.
He's like, I'll tell you right now, if the Phillies don't win the World Series in 1993, I'm never wiping my ass again.
Once Joe Carter swung that bat, I was done wiping. I was through with that.
Jesus.
Shouldn't have a baseball team in Canada to begin with.
You can't have any gripes if you don't wipe.
He's just like one classic T-shirt line after another back here.
Maybe I don't have my life together. Maybe I don't wipe properly. All right, this is Etiquette with Amber.
Godspeed.
This is what she asks of the county to help her with. Okay, Delco peeps, I have an etiquette question for you all. When you buy broccoli at the grocery store, is it acceptable to bring a knife and cut off the step part and leave it behind so you don't have to buy that part?
It's sold by weight.
It is sold by weight. It's a good point.
That's better. Allow me to explain. And yes, I am aware I am cheap as fuck. No denying that, but who doesn't want to save a buck here and there? Anyway, so I carefully chose the broccoli crown with the least stem and the most flowery parts, and this is what I ended up with. It was $1.33 pounds. It was 1.33 pounds at $1.99 per pound for a total cost of $2.65. I have considered bringing a knife to cut off the stalk part because that part is nasty and it makes me fart like a motherfucker.
Fair enough.
Scandalous has been said, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm on board with that.
But I am afraid the employees of the store will be like, what the fuck are you doing? So I have not done it. Anyways, I wanted to find out how much money this would potentially save. So I came home and chopped off the stem and waited. The trash part of the broccoli cost me 67 cents. Nobody wants to pay for that shit, am I right? Yes. I buy around this quantity of broccoli twice a week, 104 times a year, at 67 cents equals $69.68. Wasted every year, every goddamn year. So tell me, should I bring a knife and chop that shit off next time and just leave it in the broccoli box? I mean, it's not technically stealing since I'm not going to take it with me, right? I am just choosing not to buy the stem. Thank you for your input, whether it's nice or not. I wouldn't post it a Delco page if I couldn't handle the couple of internet trolls. So your honest answers are welcome.
I don't see a problem with this.
You know what, Peter? I was actually thinking that myself. Get a frozen bag of broccoli.
Yeah.
It's not
just
the
get
same.
the florets, you fucking.
Yes, the broccoli florets.
Yeah.
That would
IT, dude.
if I was a smooth jazz band in the 60s or 50s, I would be called the broccoli florets. That would be
You could still do this.
I can still do it.
Let your dreams be dreams and turn them into reality.
This is a good point. Actually, it's funny. We were going away for the week in August, and we stopped at a Walmart to get some food before we went away. And my son turns to me and goes, Dad, the people are taking the stalks off the corn.
Yeah.
And people do shuck the corn. Now,
Sure.
is the corn, do you pay by the cob or do you pay by the weight?
No, corn
I
is
think
by
corn's
the
by
bunch. So you
Mike,
can buy like
bring the mic up. Bring the mic up.
Dozen for $5
Yeah.
or like one ear for 50 cents.
Wait a minute. Kevin's saying that is stealing. No, it's not. You're buying the broccoli for what you want. You're leaving the rest
No one's
with
going to
you.
buy the
Well, it's
stalk,
same
but
thing as,
that's
like,
still
it's
good.
like-
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
it.
It's like, all right, cool, I want to get 5 pounds of crab legs, and I just fucking crack open the crab shells there and leave the
Take the
shells.
meat. Just take
Yeah.
the meat. Yeah.
Which
Like-
that's how it should be.
And it's funny because like if you went to get like take for instance you got your house sided, like they put the vinyl siding on.
Mhm.
Well, they measure the whole house and they don't cut out the windows and the doors and say, well, subtract that. You got to pay for it all because you have to buy the material. So that's
Sure.
different. They get stuck with useless material, but so it's kind of the same thing. They're getting stuck with the useless broccoli.
I feel like
stems.
it's not that big of a fucking deal. You know what I mean?
69, 68 a year, bro.
69,
Just,
68.
just because she
So-
doesn't eat the part that is edible, it's not my fault.
So the banana
makes
peels
sense.
actually serve its purpose, Peter. So I can see why this would not apply. It's like the wrapping. You don't take the candy bar out of the wrapper and then put it in the bag.
Candy's not sold by weight.
No, but I'm saying he's asking does she take the banana peels.
Yeah,
That's-
are
this
bananas
irks
sold by
someone
weight?
enough. Like this is amazing.
I love it.
She's like that's a great. All right, so when we were talking about this, one thing came up to me that irked me that I actually experienced
Profit
today.
stalks all the time.
Who wants to?
For the low price of 69, 68.
Yeah.
You,
If you
too could
go,
be stalked
to
for
me,
profit.
this is egregious. This is like the worst thing possible, and I literally want to like fucking elbow people. when they do
Oh,
it.
hold on. So Jennifer's saying, what about grapes by the bunch?
Well,
But
you have to try one to see if the grapes are good.
okay, because like that was like an old Simpsons episode where
Yeah,
where
yeah.
Lisa said your mom was you're stealing and paid for 2 grapes.
Sure.
Price check on 2 grapes. But
Gotta
like,
make sure they're good.
but once again, she's asking about when you pick the grapes off the bunch, and my point is, once again, that's kind of the carrier, unless you're putting it into a bag or something.
Now, are these Clifton Heights acting rules, or is this like co-op Swarthmore rules?
Co-op
Oh.
Swarthmore rules is not to shower.
They have pretty cheap lunch meat.
Well, it's made with
it's
Satanic,
not
so
lunch
Yeah,
meat.
I was surprised they had meat there.
It's Satan.
Satan.
Yeah.
Satan fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Satan
It's all right.
Satanic Delco.
Yeah.
No, it's the one thing that I was going to say
Yeah, makes
actually
me
irks
happy.
me with etiquette.
No, Peter, nobody uses the peels, but I'm saying it serves more of this packaging because they're all mushy. What are you gonna do? You're gonna it's gonna turn into a big old bag of mush
So I like
if
little bag-
you
I was
unpeel the
gonna say,
bananas.
it's a compliment in some
Yeah.
circles.
Yeah.
big old bag of mush right now. 30
Some-
looks fucking good.
If you walk
Pay-
into a Wawa, a 7-Eleven, right? Is it okay to just start eating the fucking bag of chips or
if you're gonna pay for
Before
it.
Sure.
before you pay for it? You literally just pick
But
up
if
the
you're
bag of
going to
Doritos
pay
and
for
you
it,
open
yeah.
it and you just start eating it and drinking the fucking soda before you pay for it.
Well, you're not paying by the pound.
That always irks me.
I'm not gonna do it.
Now, listen, Holbrook, I will not deny that because my wife, she's done that. Now, let me ask you a question. How about the Wawa coffee? Like, if you take a few.
That's I'll drink my coffee in line.
I'll fucking slug half that cup and refill
Never mind.
before I leave.
Mm.
Fuck
It's
'em.
early.
They have
I'm
more-
tired.
Yeah, that
I'm
one's
doing it.
different. That one's different
Why is that different?
because it's open and you actually do it yourself. I'm talking like you open a bag of Lays or you open up the fucking
If
Pepsi.
he's saying something that comes
Alright.
from the
Yeah.
factory sealed. If you have to dick with it, where you couldn't just put it back on the shelf, or if I pour like 10 ounces of coffee, slug it real quick while I'm waiting for my hoagie to be ready, that's all. I'm
Well,
doing.
no, I mean, if you're
Just have it
opening the
out.
chips, you got to buy the chips.
Right.
But I don't have to buy the coffee if I open the coffee.
Yes, you do.
Do
Right? Let's say I pour a whole cup of coffee, I taste it, and I go, "This tastes
if
like
they
shit," and I
if
throw it
an
out.
employee saw
Wow.
you making a cup of coffee, drinking some of the coffee, and then not paying for it, they would say
You're
something to you.
you top it
You're
off.
stealing.
saying?
You're literally stealing. At that point, you're now stealing. If you're drinking the coffee and not paying for it, that is literally
No, I'm saying,
stealing.
I'll
let's-
sip it in line.
If I took a, let's say,
But you're
full
still
coffee,
paying
right?
for it.
Yes, I'm in line to pay for it.
So Kevin is saying coffee complimentary, or if you drink while there.
I agree
That
with
just
Kevin
make it
on that.
that
yeah.
just make it feel better
Wow,
about
dude.
doing it. If you say complimentary instead of
Yeah,
I
I thought this was complimentary. I didn't know what it means. I'm just gonna throw the word complimentary around a lot.
I agree with John Willis.
That coffee's hot. You got to be in there
The
for a
same thing
while.
with
You
slushy
work
too.
for it.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
The slushy's only good for the first 2 slurps.
sure.
That's it. Once you get all the flavor out, it's just ice.
Well,
They inventory the cost.
so Holbrook, I
Right.
agree with you
Coffee.
though. I get a little irked about eating something before I paid for it but in essence, it's not wrong because you are going to pay for it. That's kind of an etiquette
Assuming
thing.
my car doesn't get the
That,
card.
that is why we're talking about etiquette here. It's more of
I
an
was at the
etiquette.
Lansdowne Wild, which, by the way, if someone ever just if a meteor ever wanted to
What a
just
miserable
come and
place.
strike a place, it's just everyone
Where's
knows
this?
the Lansdowne Wawa, which they just
Is that the one on
Lansdowne Avenue.
Lansdowne Avenue? Yeah.
And they just make it worse by the
Farted.
day. It's like now they cut out the one street you can't go down that wraps
Mhm.
around. It's a one way. Like they basically say, like, don't come in here, and it's fucking.
If
still
two
bad.
cars back out at the same time, you're screwed.
It's just everything about that design.
I used
that
to go there
store.
before we went to swim meets at the Lansdowne Y, and I hated every second of it.
I used to go there when we were child therapists.
Oh yes, me and
That's
Carrie used
still
to be child
hilarious to me
therapists.
when we
that was
were
my
child.
Wawa on a route.
I wonder how many of these children actually made it out alive.
Some of the clients
Some of
I have,
them are
I have
doing well.
CNN's fucking number on speed dial for when they finally just go on the mass shooting spree.
Are you gonna be the guy who goes,
I
I saw the signs 20 years ago.
Fuck HIPAA.
They
I'll be like,
documented
I
all
wrote
it.
this, I wrote that. Yeah, here's their address.
Yeah.
Give me money, Anderson Cooper.
Would you be like fucking Aaron Hernandez's fruit 7th grade like fling? You ever see the documentary on Netflix where they made the entire fucking thing about him killing that guy about like how he was gay in 7th grade and it's the dude and his dad's like, yeah, my kid was fucking gay with him. I think it's like, yeah, like we were partners and like made the entire thing about that because if so, it should be.
It's similar in some aspects.
Yes. Like I knew this kid was a piece of shit.
I don't know if it's the same.
Medically speaking, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
Medically speaking, this dumb fucking we all knew this was gonna happen. You guys are dumb for not locking him up.
Complete side note: Did you plan 2 people to wear maroon and 2 people to wear blue?
Aggressively
but that
green.
works.
This is actually green.
Aggressively green.
I think it's the lighting in here that makes it look a little blue, but this is actually Kelly green.
Yeah.
I don't even have a shirt.
And actually,
It's
yeah,
green.
yours is green too.
I'm
Yeah.
sunburned.
I do stare in Carrie's window quite often, so sometimes that shit will
Hell
happen.
knows when I have blue or green
The
on.
room
Oh,
is
yeah.
actually all weight coordinated.
She's
So the
wearing a
heavier
black
people have to wear the darker colors.
Me and Props are actually a professional wrestling tag team, and this is our outfit, and we have a
Yeah.
match afterwards.
That's
I'm
great.
just-
Where's
I'm-
the big crowd that used to be here? I don't know what that means.
Oh, we lost some weight. Thanks, Peter.
I think it's on a spaz. I don't know.
We are missing just one guy. I don't know, man.
Or that last one with the boxing thing. God, we did have fucking.
Yeah, there was a lot of people on that one.
All right, we got one last story.
Oh yeah, the saddest one of them all.
Oh, just pour out a beer now.
Yeah.
Last call at the Burgundy Lounge.
Where-
How do you feel?
Should have
about
been
that?
years ago.
Should have just never fucking opened.
Yeah.
Where are the people of Ridley Park going to get meth from now?
Well, the bridge is closed, so
Sure.
I mean, I don't know where they're. I mean, that sucks. They lose their bar and where they live. I mean, dude, I don't like to throw like places under the bus, but like they were the worst neighbors I've ever had.
Were they worse than the Chinese store next to it?
Oh, he's saying we're not funny enough anymore, I
Oh,
guess.
I agree.
Yeah.
Welcome to Facebook ratcheting down things. So thanks, Peter. Thanks for rubbing that one in, jerk.
I think he should come on as a host.
I think you should
Sounds
come. Peter,
like
come on. Peter,
guest
I'm
host
inviting you on
material.
as a guest host.
You can get out
See
here
you
in the
next
next
week,
12
Peter.
minutes. You can do it right now.
Wear blue or green.
Burgundy. Al, what's your? I was just going.
Speaking of burgundy, nice shirt.
You know.
I did not like being their neighbor.
No.
I
No,
think that-
God, no. Patty and Selma can suck it.
Dude, when we during the pandemic, I would do my day job from there. We were working remote, and it was just easy to go there. And I love Double Decker, and I wouldn't order from there because I had to walk through the daytime people that would be there. They'll never hear this, so it's fine.
The
Yeah,
late
fair enough.
night people that were there too were not winners either.
The
Somebody,
racist pool leagues.
somebody from our studio who no longer affiliated with us threw out something in their dumpster by accident,
Correct.
and they pulled it out and put it at the front door and made a whole big scene about it because we by accidentally used their dumpster.
We played their softball team and 3 times in a row. They showed up. This is not libel. This is a fact.
Mhm.
They showed up on a 48-hour fucking coke and meth binge. It is 9 a.m, and 3 times in a row they fucking assaulted the umpire and tried to fight like our team and like anyone in the fucking crowd. To the point where after the second time we're like, well, obviously it's gonna happen third, and it happened in the first inning the next time. Then oh my god, dude, the parking spots taken up by like every broken down fucking 1986 Silverado. They literally, I'll never forget this. There's a dude standing out front, old white dude, white beard. Just saw he saw a black motorist going the one-way street there on what was our old street?
Hinkley.
Hinkley, and cut into 7-Eleven. Like it was fine. It was completely fine. It
15
made
feet.
it made logic.
Yeah.
And the dude knew what he's doing and did it right. Dude's sitting there dropping the N-word, yelling at him at the top of his lungs. As soon as the dude gets out of the car, he goes, "What?" And the white dude goes, "What do you mean? I didn't hear anything."
Oh God.
Like he went on a racist tirade, like blacked
Yeah.
out for a second and get out of it.
Didn't
Soft
remember
A's or
words.
hard
No,
R's?
the weird
Hard R's.
the get involved was late night when we first like really moved in there. I was in there just kind of setting some stuff up. I was by myself. I was coming out about 1:30 in the morning. And there's these two guys, kind of like one guy was kind of like a taller, chubbier guy, and the other guy was kind of like a skinny, tiny guy. And the bigger guy's kind of just like I could hear him, the door closed, like clear as day. I'm surprised nobody called the cops on him. And he's sitting there going, "You're nothing. I'm a somebody. I have a 401k. You suck. People come in here and they cheer for me when I come in here, like about the burgundy." And like he goes, "And I have a gun and I'll whip you with it." Like, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, and I had to go out there and I'm just like, "Yo, what's going on, guys? This is ridiculous." And the guy goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." And just like kind of drops
It's
it.
insane.
Like I'm like, dude, you're a loser.
It was the weirdest collection of people where they were like, there were so many
Yes,
just blatant, like open racists from just me like next to them. But also they had a huge Latino population that would go outside and have parties like with their cars bumping music like for hours in the afternoon. It's like they were self-hating. Like it was just this.
But I still got.
So Peter, we are not there anymore. No, we are in CK now, about 7 minutes away.
Second.
Yeah, no, there was one old guy who had this guy lacked a waist. I don't know how to explain this.
Same.
No, but he wasn't fat. He was like very like straight skinny down. Like there was nothing to him. And he had like jeans that like he couldn't even buckle the belt. He had it tied into a knot. That makes sense.
That's a look.
Like he had I remember he had a cane and he would open his car doors to his old Cutlass Supreme.
Yep.
And he would play like blast music, but it was like the Bee Gees and old Eagles. And what he would do is he would sit there, he'd get in his car, like with one leg hanging out on the curb, the other one just sitting there, and like just like kind of like bobbing his head like to the music, enjoying it. Like and girls would. It was funny, like because it was like usually spring or summer, and he would sit there and like girls would walk by. You know, it could be like the most disgusting woman in the world, or girls probably like 12 years old. He'd be like, kind of like just like bobbing his head, like "What's up, ladies?" Then he would like get out and he'd hobble around to the other side, and he would open up the door into the street, and he'd sit there with one leg out in the street, just bobbing his head. He would do this for hours.
You gotta have a hobby.
This dude sounds fucking lit.
Or you had the guys who had just two dudes who sat in the cab of a truck for 2 hours at a time, not doing weird stuff.
The amount, number one, none of them knew how to cover their fucking mouth when they coughed.
Yeah.
And they were just openly coughing the entire pandemic and afterwards.
This was pre-pandemic.
Yeah, this is going back to 2016.
That's still gross.
It's literally just it's all you hear outside all fucking day. It's like hearing fucking crickets chirping in the wild. It was insane. And then like one of my favorites is when the bridge was closing and like Joe Holden went down there and did like a little quick interview, and they like a couple of the regulars came out. And it's just like the shit they were wearing. It's just like you went out in public in that. I wouldn't even fucking go to like bed in that. It'd be like like I don't know, it's the fucking.
You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Basically dressed like a fucking
Sweat shorts.
No.
Like if they went through the Lost and Found at Ellis Island and put real clothes.
If they were going to Wildwood in 1993.
There was this disgusting woman, and I use the term loosely because I feel like I'm offending women.
Okay. Well,
by
again,
claiming her as one of the women species. Was she poor? No, she wasn't fat. She was more like a cinder block with arms and legs. Is that like she had right angles? Like she had right angles.
Dense.
Yeah, she's very dense. Dense is a good word.
Dense brick of meat.
Yeah, she looked like you left.
She was liverwurst.
Yeah, she looked like you left Scrapple in the freezer just a year too long. Yeah.
And juice.
So I'm unloading my truck to get from a show we did at Dolan's. I was unloading the speakers and stuff and packing it back up. And she talked like this. Like this was she didn't laugh. She sounded like when
She
you
secreted noises.
yeah. She sounded like what was the operation when you would hit the sides? but your batteries were dying. Like it wasn't a full buzz. But
I wonder how she's doing right now.
They never die.
No, they never die. No.
People died there. There was an overdose call every single fucking day.
But no, she's like, so I'm hearing their conversation because I'm going back and forth like 6 or 7 times from my car into the studio.
Sure.
And I guess a guy kind of humped her and dumped her that he met there that night. She vibrates for your pleasure, you know. but like she goes.
You sound like Forrest Gump.
Well,
the fuck noises.
So I brought a couple of boxes on. I just took a couple of boxes out. I had to like kind of remove package them because the things were falling out. She goes, I believe that was Danny's cousin. And I'm like, she's like, well, did he call you? Nah. He throated me, and that was the end of it.
He throated her?
That's what
he throated her.
Yes, he throated me. That's what she said.
Why are you just telling us the joy of this now?
Maybe she meant throttled. I don't know, but it came out throated when she talked. It said throated, honey.
Those fucking like megalodons.
She used honey a lot too. It was honey.
Get throated, honey.
I use a lot of honey cough drops because of my throatings.
Sure, just wasn't extravagant.
It's always a possibility.
He throated me.
But she's like, and then like like the typical like girls hanging out with girls like, don't worry, you can do better than him. And I just started. I don't know why because I was hearing everything, and I'm just like, I'm just innocently packing things up. Like, I just started out loud laughing.
She started laughing like her.
I just started out loud laughing at the same exact time they all said that. There was no way of me playing off that. I wasn't laughing at the comment that anybody would find her attractive except for a good old fashioned throating.
Oh.
A throater.
Just a regular
Throato-rooter.
Imagine you sound like a fucking old fashioned modem.
You've got mail.
You've got throat.
Yeah, you might be a male.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah, they
Oh man, I could probably sit here all night and tell you Burgundy stories that I saw or heard.
No,
My
they were
favorite-
positive.
No,
Yeah.
none of them.
The worst part is like me and Al couldn't fit in their bathroom,
Oh my god.
which is weird because that's usually where you do the drugs at there.
Yeah.
I thought drug addicts are usually a lot smaller.
When's the watch along for loose times at Ridley High? Is that a thing?
That's the porn that we found out about last year.
Oh,
I don't know if
yes, yes.
it's called something exactly like that.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
And then we've got that other one.
Throato-rooter.
The names that goes away, troubles down the drain.
I'm probably going to change my solo project name from Dumper Humper to Throato.
Like at first, I'm like, if I was this guy, I'm like, I could understand, like, you know, all right, I don't want to get this girl pregnant. I don't know her, but I don't think she had ovaries.
she
She had underees.
Oh my god, it was
Maybe
fun.
she was the fucking
And it's hilarious because when we would do the fall festivals, we would be right out front and they would be next to us.
One of them was right after they tried to fight me.
Yeah.
On a softball
And the
field
one
an
girl,
hour
the
earlier.
one girl
Nice.
that worked there goes, I find you guys hilarious. I'm like, we make fun of this place.
Yeah.
At least every other
She's
episode.
like, listen, when I get internet, I'll fucking figure it out.
Yeah, it's like when we make a joke about Lena. I'm like, God,
Yeah.
in 2039, they're gonna be so mad at that joke.
If they're gonna get fucking Chromebooks, like how we give the fucking like poor countries in the Middle East,
Or all the
and,
kids in
losing
the
football
school.
jerseys.
All the kids in the school district get
Snow days
Chromebooks.
aren't real.
What?
Snow days aren't real anymore.
Yeah, they're not. They really aren't. That's the thing is like fat guys like me are gonna start shoveling again. They're gonna have to. Yeah, they are not gonna.
Fucking
They
crazy.
pretty much said that they're not worried at like because that's why they didn't move. They're talking about starting school a little earlier,
Yeah.
and they said, "Well, we
How
don't
much
have to worry
fucking
about
earlier can
snow
they start?
days anymore," because so a lot of people. So before they wouldn't do the Chromebooks before the pandemic because apparently a lot of people don't have the internet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Burgundy.
I didn't until.
listen, what we should do since it's September, I have an idea for a show. And I wanted to do it live on the air and see what you guys think. I would love to get a teacher or a person who maybe used to teach who would tell us about their horror stories of online schooling. Because I can tell you a couple from being a parent helping a kid out during the pandemic. I couldn't imagine with the teachers. Like, teachers would tell me parents would walk behind them naked, getting changed. So the kids in the room on their desk doing and the moms back there with their old boobies flopping around.
It
like,
happens.
So,
there was a hard R came out during they had a virtual school
Like the hard R at the end or the beginning of the
at
word?
the end.
Oh boy.
From one of listen, it was one of we couldn't exactly tell you who it was from. They had a virtual dance for the 6th graders.
Oh, wow, that sounds really sad.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, it was dumb because you're watching your
depressing.
kid just kind of in the middle of the room, just do this, kind of like I do in the bar when I'm slowly getting drunk.
Oh, they tried.
It's like
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
really
listen, they were
depressing.
trying. It was the last time they're going to be together. I get it.
Yeah, it's really depressing.
It was a try, but they're sitting there, and everybody was muted. They're waiting to start, and I guess the dad or the grandfather, it was a male voice. That's all I could tell you. And there's about 60 windows up, so I couldn't tell you exactly which one it came from. But the guy's all I hear is blah, 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 hard R, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, everybody just at the same time, eyes bunched up, and then cameras start going off.
Could everybody please mute their dancing?
It's exactly what. We're not started yet. Could you please mute it and keep your racial comments down to a minimum?
God.
Yeah, it was I could tell you that'd probably be at least a good segment of the horror stories of virtual learning.
We should get a couple teachers. My cousin taught blind kids during the pandemic.
Ooh.
Which I don't know how the fuck that works.
I mean, they can do computers and stuff. It's just they would have to do everything's audio.
Yeah, everything there, in the school is all physical shit. They do arts and crafts.
Well, and probably send stuff to them and things like that. But that was the thing is they would have. I know the CCD kids, the teachers would drop stuff off on the doorstep and have the arts and crafts.
COVID was a godless time. I don't know why CCD was still happening during it.
Yeah, I agree.
There's again.
My mother will hunt you for sport for saying that.
Well, no wonder the Satanists have already taken up the Rose Tree in Garnet Valley.
They're winning.
Fuck St. Aloysius, dude. That's that area.
But yeah, I think that would be a funny segment if we had teachers who could tell. Maybe if they can't be on camera, maybe they can send in the story that we can read.
Could scramble the voice.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can scramble the face and scramble the voice. That'd be funny.
Like
Unsolved Mysteries. Yeah, we lived next door for 70 years.
I'm actually just a regular Burgundy. This is my regular fucking talking place. I was just got done throwing Uncle Dan.
And he's my face isn't scrambled, just the way it looks, asshole.
I was definitely causing Dan's son.
I think it's Dan's cousin who throated you.
You throated and ran.
You'll throat and go.
That's all she throat. Get it? Because he can't.
Yeah.
God, the Burgundy shit burned down there one side of it. It sucked. This is fucking terrible.
I don't know, man. It'd probably be just the ghost of the Burgundy that
Honestly,
thing burned down.
The Burgundy did create one of the greatest text messages.
We're not with that.
You know what exists?
It was pure rage. It was pure. Yo, I would actually, dude, I would go into a blind rage when I pull up and there'd be no parking spots. And it was just the fucking pool leagues.
Yeah.
If I had a park.
Oh my God. How many people came out screaming, "That's not pool etiquette. That's not pool etiquette. You're an asshole. You should die. I hate your mother." They would just say, "I'll throw you."
No.
You're so funny.
You've been throated.
Awful.
She might have been throttled, but she's been throated.
Isn't there a type of pool called cutthroat?
I don't know.
There is.
I'm kind of cool.
Scrub
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all I've got, man. That is all she throws.
I have self-esteem. Guys, remember this is brought to you by Cherry Injury Law.
My Burgundy Lounge.
Yeah, we'll be getting a letter from them, from Dave Cherry, to cease and desist making fun of their non-existing business anymore. Workers' compensation, motor vehicle accident, personal injury, criminal law, cherryinjurylaw.com, 610-565-0300. And speaking of the delicious fat cows, fatcowjerky.com. This is the only fat cows you need in your life. Fat Cow Jerky, find them on Facebook, Instagram, fatcowjerky.com. Delicious flavors and even special cuts for your canine friend.
They also have some for a select barn animal. They call it throat goats.
Throat goats. Little throat goat jerky. And don't forget the most Delco bar, Dolan's, 24 East Sellers Avenue. Really
Still there.
Still there, thriving.
Yeah, unlike
with great
throating and thriving.
Throating and thriving.
Wait a minute, the cockroaches got to go somewhere.
Right down
I
there.
fucking hope not, dude.
But don't worry, the Dolan's is always a great time, great atmosphere, great people in there. I don't have any stories like that from from Dolan's at all.
Well, it was that one time.
But that was one of us, so it doesn't count.
All right.
But
that's true.
But that's about it for tonight, guys. Anything else before we head out?
Oh yeah, fucking October 1st at the Ridley House.
Oh yeah.
Got,
I forgot to put the graphic up for that.
Dropout.
So yeah, at the Ridley household, Barnaby's and Ridley, for those who are unfamiliar, we'll be out and about. We'll be out and about for that. We're going to be doing "Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout?" It'll be a great contest. It's fun. We'll be doing it live streaming as well as live in person from there. Sign up on our Facebook page at the event page. I know we have a few sign-ups, so there are very few spots left. We're leaving a couple open. We told some people we'll keep on reserve because we want to give the public a chance. So sign up right away, and it'll be a great time. And we're doing, what time does it start?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
Hard 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock on the 1st, right?
What?
The 1st?
The 1st.
2 o'clock on the 1st.
Yeah.
And that's the old Ridley Barnaby's. Now it's called the Ridley House on Mac Daddy Boulevard.
With a Haram Mosque.
And other than that, we are out of here.
Throw it on, Delco. Throw it on.
Over in.
Go, PJ.